lesson is based on the Zohar series of books, which can be downloaded on our website, kab.tv.
Hello,
we'll be reading from the book of Zohar, the portion of Truma, item 603. The book and all the texts can be downloaded on our website, kab.tv, and questions can be asked there during the lesson as well.
We'll make an effort to be together while we're reading, from, like the Kabbalists have said, while reading the book of Zohar, and while we're reading, to expect that the reforming light will come to us and return us and correct us.
Book of Zohar, portion of Truma, item 603. So it is, but when the degrees of the letters from the next world, Binah, come out, the name Elokim must be seen and built, and be seen over the entire place from which they came out, in the same order that they came out in Binah. This is why this name was established first. El came out in the right and was included in the left, and the left took it and united it with its letters Hey Yud Mem to be called Elokim. As they came out in Binah, they also come out in Zampin. This is the right, El, that is found in the name Elokim. It follows that wherever there is Din, judgment, there is Rachamim, grace, since Din, left, includes it and is built and seen in it. 604. The one who came out of Binah in the middle line of Zampin took both the name El and the name Elokim. It was completed and was called Elokeinu, our God. Thus, there is wholeness here, which is seen from the upper world, Binah, and all is included in one another. This is so because there are 6 letters in the name Elokeinu. Aleph Lamed is right, A Yud is left, Nun Vav is the middle, and they are included in one another. Once the middle line is completed, the holy name is upon it. This is the key to everything, and it is called Havaya. At that time, the middle line takes all the sides above and below, Netzach Hod, right and left, Chug, and all the other sides, east and west. When completed from both sides, from the 2 lines, left and right, it is called Elokeinu, our God, for there are right, left, and middle in that name. 605. But the right is included in the left. The left takes the name of the right, Kel, but where is the left included in the right, so the right will take the left? Rather, when the right is included in the left, and the left takes the name of the right, which is the name Kel, the right includes the left within it too, which is Hey Yud Mem. 606. How is the right included in the left? When that place from which they came out was built in the 3 lines of Binah, the left took 2 letters from the letters Hey Yud Mem in the left of Binah, and the right took 1 letter from the letters Hey Yud Mem in Binah. The left took the Yud from the Hey Yud Mem, and the right included the left within it, taking the last letter of Hey Yud Mem, which is Mem. Since the name Elokeinu, which includes right, left, and middle, the left line in it, Hey Yud, lacks Mem. The name El on the right took and was included in Mem. It also took the Yud that was included in the left. In full writing, the Mem that it took is written Mem Mem, and with that extra Yud that he took, the word Maim or water was built. Then the right includes the left within it too. Mem is considered blocked on all sides, indicating the freezing of the lights of the left line, which are blocked and do not illuminate. They melt through the right line. The right takes the blocked mem from the left and becomes an open mem for it, where the lights open and shine. It also takes the yud from the left, creating the combination water, maim, in it, which freezes, melts, and flows as water. the letters. 607. Afterwards, the letters are built. The Aleph, which was first on the right side, begot and elicited the letter Shin, which consists of the three sides, right, left, and middle, on the left. This is why there are three times the letter Vav in her. And she partook in the letter Aleph, creating the combination Esh, or fire. On the left, these letters became further impregnated through the beating of the two sides, right and left, and approached together in a dispute, for the right consists of water and the left of fire. Out of that dispute of fire and water in fire, they begot the letters Reish, Vav, and Chet, and became Ruach, or wind, or spirit. Then the Ruach entered between the two sides, water and fire, and sentenced and included them in one another. Then each and every one of the first letters settled in their places in wholeness. First, the Zohar explained the three lines of the Ampin in general, which are the three names El, Elokim, Elokeinu. And then he begins to explain the order of the hanging down of the degrees in the Mochin of the Ampin and Malchut in combinations of letters, gradually from above downwards. These three discernments here, water, fire, and Ruach, are three lines in Gad Ampin from Upper Abba Ve'ima. Afterwards, he explains the rest of the degrees by their order. The letters impregnated further and incarnated together. Aleph, 608. The letters impregnated further and incarnated together. Aleph elicited Mem from his side on the right, since she settled in the right. And now Aleph took her out to the left line. Mem elicited a Shin to the middle line, because the Mem was initially included in the left, for she was a blocked Mem in the name Elokim on the left. Afterwards, she was included in the right, when Aleph took her and made her an open Mem. Thus, she is completed on both sides, right and left. And once she is completed, the two sides in her were impregnated and begot the letter Shin together, which is comprised of both sides, for she is the middle line that includes right and left within it, which the three lines of the Shin imply. The hanging down of the three lines are the three mochin, Chabad, the Zerampin from Yishsut, which are the three letters Aleph, Mem, Shin, that were impregnated and begot each other. The roots of the three lines are 3 points, Cholam, Shuruk, Chirik, the ascent of the lower one with the three fallen kelim of the upper one that was done at the point of Shuruk is the ascent of Man. Also, the Masach in the lower one, on which the middle line comes out, which is done at the point of Chirik, is the Man itself. The inclusion of the two lines, right and left, through this Masach is the Zivug, and the illumination of wholeness, when the lower one receives from this Zivug, while it is still in the upper one, is considered impregnation. When it comes out from there and descends to his place with the Mochin, when three come out of one and one is rewarded with all three, it is considered giving birth. However, the lower one does not receive all 3 points from the upper one all at once. Rather, it is born in Cholam, in two kelim, Keter Chochma, since the 3 bottom kelim, Bina and Tum, are still fallen in the degree after it. And through nursing from the upper one, it receives the point of Shuruk. Through the ascent of his lower one, for Man, to him, he receives all the discernments of the point of Chirik, and all the degrees hang down from the upper one to the lower one similarly. After the 3 lines were established for the first time in this order, they were included in one another, and each line contains 3 lines in 3 points, Cholam, Shuruk, and Chirik. Therefore, once they were diminished into Cholam once more, due to the sins of the lower ones, the diminution necessarily occurred in each line in a way that the ending Malchut rose to the place of Binah of the right line, and the three Kelim Binah and Tum fell from her to the left line, which is regarded as inferior, lower. Thus, the left line ended in Keter Chochmah, and his three Kelim Binah and Tum fell to the middle line, which is regarded as lower than it. Alongside that, a second discernment is made. The three discernments of fallen Kelim from the three lines fall to the degree directly below them, and then it is considered that each discernment falls to its corresponding discernment in the lower one. Thus, Binah and Tum of the right line fall into the right line of the lower degree, and Binah and Tum of the left line fall into the left line of the lower degree. Also, Binah and Tum of the middle line fall into the middle line of the lower degree, like the first time, when Binah and Tum of the upper one fell completely to the degree below it. However, in the first discernment, there is the falling of the Kelim from line to line on the same degree. When the lower ones correct their works afterwards, the illumination of Zivug Ab Sag De'ak is extended once again, lowering the ending Malchut to her place, and the three fallen Kelim Binah and Tum return to their place in all the discernments at the point of the Shuruk, for they raise the lower one to the upper one along with them, which is considered the raising of Man. Afterwards, the Masach in the lower one is regarded as Man itself, the point of Chirik and inclusion of the right and left in one another, where through the Masach it is considered a Zivug, and the illumination of this Zivug that shines to the lower one, while it is still in the upper one, is impregnation. When it comes out of there to its place, it is birth. All this applies only to the right line, which is regarded as superior to the left. Once the left is born and receives illumination of Ab Sag De'ak, it too lowers the ending Malchut to her own place. Then his Binah and Tum, which are fallen in the middle line, rise and take with them the middle line itself, which is its lower one. And this is the raising of Man. The Masach in the middle line is the Man, and the inclusion of right and left on the Masach is the Zivug. Also, the illumination that the lower one, the middle line, receives is impregnation, and when it descends to its place, it is birth. This is according to the first discernment. It is so in the second discernment as well. The fallen Kelim from each line are opposite it in the lower one, and in them too, raising of Man is discerned. Man, Zivug, Ibur, birth, from each discernment in the lower degree to its corresponding upper discernment, from right to right, from left to left, and from middle to middle. This is why it was said, the letters impregnated further, since the lower degree rose to the upper one and received there the illumination of the Zivug, which is called Ibur, or impregnation, or conception. Aleph elicited the Mem, for the Aleph, which is the right line, was impregnated by the left line, Mem, and begot it, or impregnated with, rather. As the left line rises to the right line for Ibur and receives illumination, then returns to its place, which is called birth, similarly, Mem, the left line, was impregnated and begot the middle line, Shin. However, we should understand that since the lines are opposite to one another, that one is right and one is left, how can it be that the Kelim, Binah and Tum of the right fall and are in the place of the left line, which is opposite, and likewise the left line to the middle line? Before the left is included in the right, it is regarded as a blocked Mem, which is blocked and does not shine. After it is included in the right, it is considered that the blocked Mem opened and became an open Mem, And since here it speaks of after the three lines have been included in one another, upon their correction for the first time, it follows that the left was already included in the right at one time, and the blocked mem has already been opened, and this is why the left is regarded as equal to the right in a way that the three kelim, bina and tum of Aleph could fall into the left line, for it has already become an open mem.
מם הוציאה שין לקו אמצעי, משום שהמם הייתה כלולה מתחילה משמאל.
Mem elicited a shin to the middle line because the middle line consists of right and left. Therefore, the mem too consists of right and left. And because of that, she could be impregnated with the shin because her bina and tum could fall into the shin, who is the middle line and similar to it. It was said the letters impregnated further and incarnated together, because that zivug that is done for the illumination of the ibu, the inclusion of the two lines, right and left, through the middle line, their illumination comes by incarnation. This is why they incarnated.
ועל כן התגלגלו. 609. התחזקו ג'
609. The three letters Aleph, Mem, Shin strengthened, impregnated, and begot three others in an incarnation. The Mem was established, impregnated, and begot a Resh. The Aleph was impregnated and begot a Vav. And the Shin was impregnated and begot the letter Chet, and they were completed together. After he explained the order of hanging down of Mochin de Zeranpin from the three lines of Abba Ve'ima and Yeshut in Zeranpin, he now explains the three lines of the Moch of Dat de Zeranpin, which is called Resh Vav Chet, Ruach. This is why it is said that the three lines Chabad de Yeshut, which are the three letters Aleph, Mem, Shin, impregnated and begot three lines of Moch of Dat de Zeranpin, which are the three letters Resh Vav Chet. 610. These letters Aleph, Mem, Shin impregnated further and incarnated as before. The Aleph was impregnated, begot, and elicited the letter Bet on the west side, Malchut. Then the Aleph settled on the south side, Chesed. The Mem was impregnated, begot, and elicited the letter Dalet on the north side, Gvura. Then the Mem rose between the north and south and is hanging in the air. The Shin was impregnated, begot, and elicited the letter Gimel and settled on the east side, Tiferet. Then the Shin rose between west and east and is hanging in the air. Thus the two letters Mem and Shin are hanging in the air. He explains how the three letters, which are Chabad de Zeranpin, called Aleph, Mem, Shin, were impregnated and begot Chagag Tum de Zeranpin. As well, according to the second discernment, that each Prina of the three Prinot, Aleph, Mem, Shin, was impregnated and begot its corresponding Prina in Chagat Tum de Zeranpin. This is why it was said that the Aleph, which is Chochma and right line, begot the Bet, which is west, the Malchut. This is the meaning of father established the daughter. And the Mem, the left line, was impregnated and begot the letter Dalet on the north side, which is Gvura, and the left line in the Guf. And the Shin, the middle line, was impregnated and begot the letter Gimel on the east, which is Tiferet, and the middle line in the Guf. What was said, that the Aleph itself extended and settled on the south, Chesed, not begetting any other letters like the rest of the lines, is because the light of Chesed does not become any thicker upon its expansion from Rosh to Guf. For this reason, the Chesed in Aleph itself can expand into the Chesed Guf without needing another letter. But the left line, the middle, and the Malchut even more so, become thicker by being in the Guf. For this reason, they needed other letters, which are Dalet, Gimel, Bet. Hence, the two letters, Mem, Shin, remained hanging in the air, meaning that they could not clothe in kelim such as the Aleph. 611. The Aleph, that remained in Kli, the Chesed of the Guf, rose in her place, rose up to the place of Chabad, Yud K of the name Chavaya, and was crowned there in the Yud K. The Aleph, strengthened there in those Yud K, was impregnated and begot the Vav, completing the name Havaya. She stood in her place in Chesed Guf, illuminating there Chavaya in Guf, Yud K Vav in Chagat the Guf, and the bottom Hey in Malchut. Then the Aleph was crowned and illuminated and expanded in her light, begetting light and eliciting the letter Tet, which is a beating that the upper world Bina beat and illuminated in the light of Chagat. That is, the letter Tet is the letter of Yesod, the Bina, that was extended through the Aleph and clothed in the eternality of Chagat through the Chazer. 612. At that time, the Aleph rose, took to her the Mem and Shin that were in the air, and joined with her to become the combination Aleph, Mem, Shin, as before. The Aleph settled on the south side, which is Chesed, the Shin on the east side, Tiferet, and the Mem on the north side, Gvura. The Gimel, who was on the east side, rose and impregnated and begot Tzadik and Tav. Then came the Bet, who was on the west side, which is Malchut, and rose and connected between the Tzadik Tav. Aleph and Vav rose, Aleph from the south and Vav from the east, both connected with the Bet between the letters Tzadik Vav, and the name Tzvaot, hosts, was formed and illuminated. The name Tzvaot illuminates in Nehite Zranpin to beget this illumination. The letters Aleph, Mem, Shin expanded in Chagat Zranpin, which are called south, north, and east. Then the Gimel, which is Tiferet, obtained the strength to be impregnated and beget the two letters Rosh and Sof of the name Tzvaot, which are Tzaditav, since the illumination Netzach Hod extend from Tiferet, which is Gimel. Then the Bet on the west and the Aleph on the south joined her, as well as the Vav, which is considered Tiferet as well. And the letters Tzvaot were formed out of their illumination together. And the Dalet on the north also rose from the illumination of Aleph, Mem, Shin, and elicited the name Shaddai, which illuminates in Yesod. 613. When this name, Tvaot, illuminated inside the tabernacle, which is Malchut, the letters were impregnated and begot Zayin, Bet, and Nun. These are the three Pchinot of Malchut that came out in the order Cholam, Shuruk, Hirik. Zayin is Yod over Vav, and is considered Cholam. Bet is Malchut from the Chazeh and above, which is the fourth Chagat, which is the fourth to Chagat, who is the middle of the Vav, the point of Shuruk. Nun is Malchut at the end of the Vav, a point under the Yesod, the point of Hirik. The letters Aleph, Mem, Shin rose as before, illuminated in Chagat, were impregnated, and begot Samech, Ayin, Pei, the Sfirot Tiferet, Netzach Hod, from Chazed Zranpin, and below which expanded from the illumination of Aleph Mem Shin in Chagat Zranpin. 614. The Kuf remained alone. She rose and fell and stood inside the Nukva of the great deep. The Creator saw her mixed, without a goof, and without depiction, and she did not enter the tabernacle, which is Malchut. He made her a cover over the tabernacle. She is goat hair, curtains, for a tent over the tabernacle. As it is written, and you shall make curtains of goat's hair for a tent over the tabernacle. It is written, for a tent, and not a tent, meaning a cover over the tent, which is a monkey, not a man. The Kof contains within her the harsh Midat Hadin, quality of judgment of Tzimtzum Aleph, first restriction. This is why the leg of the Kuf stretches below the line to indicate the verse, her legs go down to death. It was said that the Kof remained alone, that all the letters but the Kof had already come out and illuminated, that she rose to be mitigated in Bina and descended from Bina to her place, and the dinim in her were recognized once more. Then she stood in the hole of the great deep, where there are the klipot from the Malchut that is mitigated in Bina. The Creator saw that her strength from Midat Adin is mingled with the klipot of the great deep, and that she does not have a kli called a guf, nor light, which is called depiction, and that she did not enter the tabernacle, which is Malchut. He made her a cover over the tabernacle, as it is written, and you shall make curtains of goat hair for a tent over the tabernacle, since the name goats indicates strong and harsh dinim in her. Thus she was set up for guarding the tabernacle. For because of the dinim in her, the outer ones cannot suckle from the tabernacle, for a tent and not a tent, since a tent means light, from the words, when his candle shone over my head, and she was made only for guarding from without. This is why it is written, for a tent, and because the harsh dinim are apparent in her, she was not established to be in Malchut, which is called Adam. For she is not similar to Malchut, but is like a monkey, Kof, who is similar to man. This is why it was said Kof and not a man. 615. The letters Aleph Mem Shin incarnated again in the work of the tabernacle as before. The Shin to the east, the Gimel, which was on the east, remained hanging in the air, and the name Tzvaot came out of her. And a Mem incarnated and sat on the north side, since it requires for the letters Aleph Mem Shin to clothe in Chagat in order to illuminate in the He. The Dalet, who was in the north, came out and connected with the Shin on that side, creating the combination Shin Dalet. And the Aleph incarnated and settled on the south side, rising to the Rosh, to the Yod that is there. She rose and strengthened with her. She took her and connected her with the Shin Dalet, and the name Shaddai came into a single bonding, shining in the Sfira Yesod. When this name is established inside the tabernacle, Malchut, she has persistence and stands from within the tabernacle below. That is, her existence comes to her through establishing the tabernacle below. 616. The letters Aleph Mem Shin incarnated again, as before, to settle in the tabernacle, and the letters rose. First Aleph, then Tav, creating the combination Aleph Tav. First Bet, then Shin, creating the combination Bet Shin. The combinations of letters were interchanged through the Aleph Tav, Bet Shin, and Aleph Bet Gimel, Yod Tav Tzadi, came out and incarnated in the holy carvings, Aleph Kof. The Aleph of Aleph Tav Bet Shin elicited a Kof to keep the tabernacle. The Kof elicited a Resh, and the Resh elicited Ein, creating the combination Kof Resh Ein. 617. The name Kof Resh Ein is the verse, and she put the skins of the young goats on his hands and on the smooth part of his neck. Similarly, and you shall make curtains of goat hair for a tent over the tabernacle. Since the name Kof Resh Ein, whose root is the Kof, contains the harsh and fierce dinim, which are called goats. Hence this part should be seen on the outside, to keep what is inside, so the outer ones do not suckle from it. The letters of the name Shin, Tet, Nun, Kof, Resh, Ein, which is the second name of the name Mem Bet, after Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Yod, Tav, Tzadi, are written outside the tabernacle to keep the tabernacle, which is the holy covenant, and the foreskin was exposed through that cover. That is, the cutting of the foreskin was done by the fierce dinim in the name Kof, Resh, Ein, Shin, Tet, Nun, through the dinim in the Kof, which are from the harsh Midat Adin of Tzimtzum Aleph. 618. The letters incarnated once again and elicited the combination Aleph Tav Bet Shin through Shin, Kof, Vav, Tzadi, Yod, Tav. Aleph, Tav, Bet, Shin elicited 7 names of the name Mem Bet of Ana Bekoach through Shin, Kof, Vav, Tzadi, Yod, Tav, which are Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Yod, Tav, Tzadi, Kof, Resh, Ein, Shin, Tet, Nun, Nun, Gimel, Dalet, Yod, Chaf, Shin, Bet, Tet, Resh, Tzadi, Tav, Gimel, Chet, Chof, Bet, Tet, Nun, Ein, Yod, Gimel, Lamed, Pei, Zain, Kof, Shin, Kof, Vav, Tzadi, Yod, Tav. These are the 42 letters of, in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth was unformed and void. Tovavo, through the bet of Bevo. These 42 letters are the name Membet. In this incarnation of the letters it is, and the land was Tovavo. By the letters Kof, Resh, Ein, Shin, Tet, Nun, due to the fierce dinim in it became, and darkness on the face of the deep, the Gimel elicited Resh, and the Dalet Kof, making the combinations Gimel, Resh, Dalet, Kof. Thus far, after the 4 combinations Aleph, Tav, Bet, Shin, Gimel, Resh, and Dalet, Kof came out, the letters incarnated and struck one another to be for a correction inside the tabernacle. This is so because the combination Aleph Bet of Aleph Tav Bet Shin, which are 11 combinations, Aleph Tav Bet Shin Gimel Resh Dalet Kof Chei Tzadi Vav Pei Zain Ein Chet Samech Tet Nun Yod Mem Chaf Lamed, divided into 3 lines, right, left, and middle. The first 4, Aleph Tav Bet Shin, Gimel Resh, Dalet Kof, are the right line in them, hence they are considered correction in the tabernacle. 619. These 3 letters, Aleph, Mem, Shin, elicited the offspring, Hey, Tzadi, Vav, Pei, continuing the alphabet of Aleph, Tav, Bet, Shin. These are the letters that hang in the air. They knocked on others and elicited the diction of the tabernacle, Zain, Ein, the 7th combination of Aleph, Tav, Bet, Shin. Thus far it stands in the verse, and darkness was on the face of the deep. All of them, all 3 combinations, Hey, Tzadi, Vav, Pei, Zain, Ein, are on his side, the side of the darkness, since those 3 combinations are on the left line in the alphabet of Aleph, Tav, Bet, Shin, and before the left unites with the right, it is entirely dark. The letter Chet, the letter Samech, came and joined her, creating the combination Chet Samech, which is the first of the 4 combinations in the middle line, which are Chet Samech Tet Nun Yod Mem Chaf Lamed. Then it is written, Let there be light, and there was light, since the light came on the part of the middle line after it determines and unites the 2 lines, right and left. 620. The letters Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Yud, Tav, Tzadi, incarnated as before, became impregnated and begot and elicited a depiction inside the tabernacle. 1 collective in the alphabet of Aleph, Lamed, Bet, Mem. This is so because the Aleph was impregnated and begot the letter Lamed by the strength and the power, making the combination Aleph, Lamed. The Aleph increased her strength, rose in her glory, and begot the letter Bet. At that time the letters became impregnated and begot, and these other letters joined. The Mem joined the letter Bet in her engraving, creating the combination Bet Mem, and so they came out in the bonding through the combinations Tet Resh, Yod Shin, Chav Tav. So the letters will be rising in their places in the purification of the tabernacle. It is written about it, the basin and its pad, where the basin is Netzach and the pad is Chod. After he explained the hanging down of the illumination of the letters in all the degrees of Zeranpin, from the upper Chabad to his Yesod, he explains the hanging down of illuminations of the letters in the degrees of the tabernacle, the Malchut. The alphabet of Aleph, Tav, Bet, Shin illuminate in the form of Gar of Malchut, where this alphabet is the one that extends the good from above downward. For this reason, the Aleph, Tav, Bet, Shin elicited the name Membet of Ana, Bekoach, pleased with the strength, Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Yod, Tav, Tzadi, etc., in Chagat of Malchut, since the name Membet of Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Yod, Tav, Tzadi illuminates in Yetzirah, which is Chagat. Also that name, Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Yod, Tav, Tzadi, elicited the entire combination Aleph, Bet of Aleph, Lamed, Bet, Mem, which is Aleph, Lamed, Bet, Mem, Gimel, Nun, Dalet, Samech, Hey, Ein, Vav, Pei, Zain, Tzadi, Chet, Kof, Tet, Resh, Yod, Shin, Chav, Tav. The meaning of this name is that there is illumination only from below upward and not from above downward. Hence, this name illuminates in Netzachod of Malchut, whose illumination is from below upward. 621. Let there be a firmament inside the water, since the water was rising in the upper water and descending in the lower water, in the letters Aleph Lamed. The Aleph of Aleph Lamed elicited a Vav, and the Vav elicited a Kof. The letter Lamed of Aleph Lamed rose to them, and the letters were carved in the engraving in one bonding Kol, voice. The Kof is the carrier of the Masach, hence the upper water were separated from the lower water by the letters Kol. This is the meaning of the words, the voice of the Lord is upon the waters, the God of glory thunders. The letters Aleph Lamed on the verse, the God of glory thunders, were impregnated and begot and were engraved in the engraving of the letters to elicit the depictions of the tabernacle. This is the meaning of the words, the voice of the Lord is upon the waters, that the voice separated the waters from one another, meaning it is the Masach in the separating firmament. This voice was born from the Aleph Lamed of the glory, the two letters Aleph Lamed, Keter Chochmah, and the right line, the upper water. 622. And the three letters Aleph, Lamed, Shin became impregnated, begot, and were engraved in a carving of the letters to elicit the depictions of the tabernacle, Malchut. The Aleph elicited Gimel, the Shin elicited Nun, connecting her to the Gimel in the combination Gimel Nun, which is the third combination from Aleph Bet, Aleph Lamed Bet Mem, as it is written, let the earth put forth grass. The letters Aleph Lamed Shin first incarnated in the combination Mem Bet in the alphabet of Aleph Lamed Bet Mem, and those the water were gathered in a single place, as it is written, let the water be gathered under the heaven unto one place. Here he implies the three combinations Aleph Lamed Bet Mem Gimel Nun in the writings of the work of creation. Aleph Lamed are the upper water in the verse, let there be a firmament, a point of Cholam. Bet Mem is let the water gather onto one place and let the land be seen, which is a point of Shul, in which the lower water gathered into one place, Ga, but which became dry, fruitless, due to the lack of clothing of Chasadim. Gimel Nun is to let the earth put forth grass. The point of Hirik, by being dry, she became a land to bear fruits and offshoots and for planting trees.
Does anyone wish to ask a question?
No.
Yes, please. Let's begin.
Eddie from
Ashdod is asking, can you depict the spiritual progress through these letters?
The integration of the lines. Right, left, and middle. The integration of the lines. And what's interesting here is that how these discernments, which are so contrary to one another, join together and beget new things. It's Atbash, meaning the first letter with the last, the second with the one before last, and the third before last, and so on. And so they join together. Because all of our attainment in spirituality is derived from, well, as the advantage of flight over darkness, or from within darkness. That's the whole thing. Please tell us.
What's better to ask for, to be in the right intention, or to ask for the friends that will be in the correct intention?
The most important thing is that I'm now reading, listening, and by that I want to cause contentment to the Creator through the friends. That's it, very simple. That's it, without many calculations. To be in a correction, chafetz chesed, in regards to the friends and the Creator as well. So,
also, how to learn to walk without a sachar?
how to work with reward or without. It depends what you mean by reward. We need to get to a state where the work itself is the reward. I want nothing As it is now, the Creator is setting this state up for me. That's for certain. And if that is so, I want nothing else. Now, can I ask for someone outside of me? I can, the friends, the Creator, but for myself, I am entirely chafetz chesed, wanting only grace, needing nothing else. If I say that I personally lack something, not to bestow to others, to help, to love, me, personally, if I lack something, if I say that, it means that I'm blaming the Creator for it. Simple things, simple matters. Yes?
What does it mean to cause light through the friends?
To cause pleasure, you can say light, to the Creator through the friends. That is done by me praying for them, so that we are a kli, a vessel, so that can bestow to them. Meaning, the vessel that we can bestow with, it's like him, to whom we bestow. It's the light of chasadim. A lack for his clothing in order to bestow and so on. Well, let's continue. Continuing with the article, Hear, O Israel, item 623. It is written, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. It is also written, Hear, O Israel, today you have become a people. And it is written, Hear, O Israel, today you are crossing over the Jordan. All those here that Moses said, why are they? The Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one, is for unification. But why the others? 624. They all come to interpret the Hear, O Israel, of the unification of the upper Chokhmah. The letter Ayin of Shema here is written in big letters, implying one unification. Since Shema consists of the letters Shem, Ayin, Shem, name, is Malchut in Ayin, 70. Upper names of Za'ampin to include them, since the name Malchut is blessed from them and included in them, and they should be included as one in a single word, Shema, in one unification. 625. The 70 names are in the upper Merkavah, Chagad Za'ampin from Chazeh and above, and Merkavah for Binah, a chariot for Binah. 72 names of the 3 verses, and went and came and pitched. 70 Sanhedrin and 2 witnesses. The name is blessed from the upper Merkavah, Malchut, and is included in them. After here, it is written Israel. In general, Za'ampin, which is Israel Saba. So it will be in one inclusion with the place that is the adhesion of all. That is, Za'ampin Israel will be in adhesion with Israel Saba, who rises and clothes him. Hear, O Israel, then, implies that now a woman clings to her husband, the Malchut, who is called a name, to Za'ampin, who is called Israel. And all will be in one inclusion. This is the meaning of Hear, O Israel, of the unification. Afterwards, he unites 3 sides. The Lord our God, the Lord is one, which are Abba, Ve'ima, and Za'ampin. So all will be one. 626. Hear, O Israel, of all the other places are not this way, but all the others come to interpret, and all cling to a different place. Hear, O Israel, today you are crossing over. Hear, O Israel, today you have become a people. They all cling to the lower degree, Malchut, called hearing. 627. Today you have become a people. It should have said, were. What is have become? In every place where it is written people, it implies when their hearts were broken for the work of the Creator. This is why it is written have become. It is written about it, hear me, my brothers and my people. If my brothers, why my people? And if my people, why my brothers? David said, If you work willingly, you are my brothers, and if not, you are my people, for you will break your heart for my work. Thus, today you have become a people, for you have broken your hearts for the work of the Creator. 628. Hear, O Israel, today you are crossing over. Everything is in the lower degree, Malchut, and hear, O Israel, of the unification is the upper degree, the Ampin, which is included in Israel Saba. What is the connection between them? Hear, O Israel, of the unification is not in everyone in this way, because it is of above, Yishsut, and of below, the Ampin and Malchut. To assume the burden of the kingdom of heaven in any way it may be. It is so because at that time one must be willing to unify the name of the Creator, the Ampin, and assume the burden of the kingdom of heaven, which is Malchut. 629. When a person comes to assume the burden of the kingdom of heaven, divinity comes and stays over his head, standing above him like a witness, to testify a testimony before the Holy King that he unifies his name twice a day, and that his name is unified above and below as is proper. For this reason, Ain means Israel, from the big letters, Daled of Echad, from big letters, which are the letters Ed, meaning witness, to be a witness before the Holy King. The Lord our God, the Lord, is the unification in three sides, Abba Ve'ima and the Ampin. It is the unification in three sides, as Rabbi Shimon asserted and commented in several places. And we have no permission to further interpret it. 630. Indeed, a person who unifies the name of the Creator above and below, divinity is over his head, blessing him with 7 blessings, corresponding to the 7 Sfirot, and calls about him, as it is written, and he shall say unto me, You are my servant Israel, in whom I am glorified.
Okay? Yes? Yes, Achamim.
Rav, what is the Zohar's power to give us that it gives us the opportunity to create man in the image of God?
I don't know. It's written there that the person has all the strength, all the forces. It's not psychological. It's all the spiritual forces have a place towards us in the Book of Zohar, and from there they come to all other connections, and there they start to influence us as well. But the Zohar, in the meantime, is the highest source. Maybe in the end of correction there will be other connections, but it was written from the end of correction. That's the way it's written. I don't understand about it exactly. That's what Baal Sulam writes.
Rav, if we were created, we are the created being. How do we have the power to become the Creator?
In that we can bring Him contentment by our decision. He gave us the choice of decision, and through that choice we become free like Him, and we're able to really do a creation like Him. As it's written, He is the Creator of worlds, and we will also be able to create worlds. All our connections that we are doing, and it's included on them through the reforming light, the Masachim, all of the work that we're doing, it's really the work of the Creator and not of the created being. But He gave us the possibility to do it like that. That's it.
In each one of us, does there exist the image of God in each one?
In everyone. In each and everyone. Not just in Israel, but in general, for everyone, they have the image of the Creator, because in each and every one, you can't say there were times that they were, you can say at some point, they were part of the system where the Creator is revealed. So after the shattering, they have a unique special part that's part of the revelation of the Creator, and it causes the connection that creates the fiction of the Creator. And everyone, as it turns out, reveals the Creator as a whole.
Thank you very much.
Okay? Yes?
Why do we need to give thanks to the Creator?
Not to think that the Creator is some poor person that needs your thanks, that he's enjoying your thank you. If he's whole, you can't cause him anything. The whole just needs one thing, that you, the poor, decrepit, and more will be like him. And in that way you'll bring him contentment. Not that he's the poor one that needs the contentment. And he sees you, and you will see him in the correction. It's that you can add in your part, in your share, to the end of bringing the end of the correction. And it's not that you're giving him anything.
I heard that every prayer starts with giving thanks. What does that mean?
If a prayer is a request, it needs to start from gratitude. Why? That for sure, not with words that you're talking normally with your mouth, the lies that you're regular to say. It's talked about a person who's asking something from the Creator. He first needs to organize the greatness of the Creator, the uniqueness, his uniqueness, and the correct attitude to the creations. Otherwise, what's the point of asking? You're asking, you're praying, not towards the Creator, towards yourself. The Creator doesn't need that at all. He sees everything in regards to him as whole, perfect. There's no time, no movement, no place, no changes, nothing. Nothing is revealed to him as something different.
How to give thanks from the heart to the Creator?
You come to see that what you can do is to the friends. On one hand, you, on the other hand, the Creator is whole, in the end of correction, and in the middle is the friends, that you can, on the friends, format yourself accordingly, correctly, that you'll be as close, as similar to the Creator.
No.
Rav, is it possible that the Shema, if prayed with the friends, can be used to unify the group?
האם אפשרי בתפילת שמע, אם עושים אותה יחד, לאחד את הקבוצה?
ודאי שכן. שמע זה דבר...
Yes, of course. The Shema is the most highest thing.
איך אנחנו...
How can we can connect the group through Shema that it's the unification of the Creator? So of course, it's the highest connection, the greatest thing that we can do as a group to reveal the Creator in His wholeness according to the Kelim of lights is Shema Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Elohim Elokeinu, Echad. All that as one, and Israel, meaning the Yeshua, Ke'el, directed to the Creator, all as one, and it's the end of correction. That's the Shema Yisrael.
Thank you.
Okay? Okay, a little more.
Article, to you it was shown to know. 631. To you it was shown to know that the Lord, He is God. When Israel came out of Egypt, they did not know the faith of the Creator, because in the exile they were all idol-worshipping and forgot all the roots of the faith that they had before, which the 12 tribes inherited from their father Yaakov. 632. When Moshe came, he taught them that there is an upper God in the world. Afterwards, they all saw all those miracles and mighty deeds by the sea, and all the miracles and mighty deeds that he had done for them in Egypt. Then they saw several mighty deeds with the man and the water, and the Torah was given to them, and they learned the ways of the Creator until they arrived at that time. 633. Moshe said to them, thus far, I had to teach you as one teaches a child. This is the meaning of, to you it was shown to know, that I was teaching you thus far to know, to look, and to enter into the matter of faith, which is the Lord, He is God. 634. Is it not a small thing to know it? But it is written, and know this day, and respond, or bring your heart back. The Lord, He is the God. In heaven above and on the earth below, there is none other. But the whole matter of faith, to know by it the secrets of all secrets, to the hidden of all hidden, Havaya Elokim, is the full name, since Havaya is the Ampin and Elokim is Malchut, indicating that all is one. To you it was shown to know that the Lord, He is God. Here lies the secret of secrets to those who know the judgment that the Ampin, who is Havaya, and Elokim, who is Malchut, are one.
Okay.
הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחי גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחי גם יחד.